Hey Achievers, this is Maya, founder of Healthy High Achievers. Join our global community and create healthier routines to avoid burnout and feel more calm and healthy. Let's get to it. Hey Achievers, welcome to this new episode where I'll be talking about my life with chronic fatigue syndrome and fibromyalgia. And I'll be talking about the three biggest lessons and life skills that I've learned thanks to chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia. So, my life with chronic fatigue syndrome and fibromyalgia started when I was only 15. I couldn't go to school, I was walking with a cane, and I would catch every virus that was going around. My body was completely malfunctioning. Digestive system, immune system, my muscles were aching for no reason. I was extremely tired, and the worst part, doctors couldn't give me a solution. Now, if you want to read my full story, I have a blog post on my fibromyalgia recovery story, which I'll put in the show notes below. But I also have another video on YouTube about fibromyalgia and all the Q&A questions that you asked me on Instagram. But today I'd love to share how my life with chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia taught me three important life skills that I'm still using today in my vibrant, energetic life and healthy life in Cusco, Peru. I am lucky to be born with a natural talent for planning and scheduling. As a kid, I loved making timetables for my day, and when I didn't have anything important to schedule, I did it anyway. I would make a timetable from breakfast to dinner. I got so energized just by looking at my piece of paper with my day all planned out, and I loved following it to the dot. When fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue syndrome entered my life, I was 15, and all of a sudden, I couldn't plan anything anymore. I had to cancel everything that was on my schedule because my body just couldn't. I had to stop focusing on the number of hours I had in a day, and I had to start adapting to my tiny energy bucket. I had to change literally my whole way of thinking and being. And it was hard, but I learned three important life lessons that have changed the way I schedule my days up to this very day. Are you ready? I'll give you an overview of all three. Lesson one, listen to my body and stop the pushing. During my entire childhood, the only thing I did was push my body. I was only 6 years old when I started doing competitive jump roping. Yes, and it's a funny story I tell my friends who are always surprised about my past in competitive sports, right? But saying I can't do this meant doing 10 push ups. So I can't do this was erased from my vocabulary. And in order to break your records and win a competition, you need to push your limits all the time. That's what it is in competitive sports. Can you believe how hard it was to actually start listening to my body after 10 years of having a push through mentality? I have a podcast interview on that too, if you want to look it up, with Diana Wildeboer. And she talks about her competitive sports past too, and how she had cancer and kind of went through a similar journey as I did, where she just had to stop, listen to the body. So when my body broke down, I woke up every morning thinking, today I can do it. I can go to school. I can do this. And when I reached the bathroom and I was holding on to the sink, I had to admit to myself, actually, I can't. I can't do this. I had to say the sentence that I had to unlearn during my whole childhood. I had to learn it again, own that phrase, use it. I had to start listening. Pushing my body was so normal to me that I didn't even notice my body asking me for a break until my mom would say, "You are tired today, aren't you?" And I stopped and felt into my body to check if she was right. And yes, I was extremely tired actually, without noticing. Now, in the very beginning, when I couldn't even get out of bed, I had to push my body sometimes. Otherwise, I would be 100% bedbound, not being able to even take a shower. I had to push myself to get out of bed. I had to push myself to take a shower. I had to push myself to walk my dog. I had to push myself to hold up a fork and eat because my hand would be like shaking because I was so weak. It was scary not being able to rely on my body, not knowing what the day would bring, not knowing if tomorrow would be a good day or a bad day. That's when I started reading about mindfulness and meditation. I started doing a body scan every day for years. And a body scan, if you don't know that, this is a kind of meditation where you pay attention to every part of your body. You start with your breathing and then you go from head to toe or toe to head. And without changing anything, without judging, you just notice how you're feeling, which made me a champion in listening to my body and recognizing the signs, learning the signs when my body was telling me it was time to stop and rest. And that information is so valuable, and that training I gave myself is still helping me every day to actually stop and listen. Lesson number 2: become the best flexible planner. My first physiotherapist made me time block every hour of my day. I had to include 3 time blocks of each 10 minutes where I would have to lie down and do a body scan meditation. And I remember there was one time block where I had to walk 15 minutes towards the park, see how far I got, and then walk 15 minutes back. And every time, as I was improving with the sessions and my muscle aches were loosening up, um, I could always walk further and further into the park. In the beginning, I didn't even reach the entrance of the park. There was no space for spontaneous plans with friends. If I wanted to have some sort of a social life, the first thing I had to learn was to plan empty moments. For example, if there was a birthday party on Saturday evening, I had to make sure that Friday evening was empty, the whole of Saturday too, to save my energy, and then also the whole of Sunday to rest up. And then I knew that on Monday I would be able to do something, but I would still be extremely tired. So I had to take it easy. I had my strict schedule from the physiotherapist, and I had my empty spaces before and after social plans, and everything was perfectly planned out. But then I started rebelling against this structure, and I decided to not use time blocks anymore. I wanted to rely on my lesson number 1: listen to my body, to just pay attention to my energy levels and flow with that. I wanted to become good at what I call flexible planning. Flexible planning is not time blocking every hour of your day. It is also not just going with the flow the whole day. It is a mix of both. It is an art of constantly reevaluating what your body needs, reevaluating what you'll be able to do in a day, being kind to yourself when you're just not feeling great, and enjoying the waves of productivity. It is realizing that life is more than just crossing off your to do list. Now, can you see how Healthy High Achievers was born? This is exactly what I teach on our platform, a method of flexible planning. And I feel this is such an important life skill that not only people recovering from chronic disease should learn, but also anyone who's on the verge of burnout, who's just combining a million projects, who's working full time and then trying to build their own business outside of their day job. Anyone who tends to push and have that, what we call often like a productivity addiction, should really check out the platform of Healthy High Achievers. But I'll tell you more about that in a minute. But when I started healing from fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue, and I felt my energy levels increasing, I wanted to make up for all of my lost teenage years from my 15 to my 19 of just being bedbound, not having a teenage life. And I wanted to do it all now, now, now. And that's when it even got harder. to listen to my body and plan around my energy levels. Because my energy was increasing, and then I had a setback, a day of extreme fatigue, and then my energy would increase again. It were these ups and downs, and every day was different. And I had to constantly reevaluate my limits and adapt to my new standards. It was unpredictable every day. And this is why I dare to call myself a master in flexible planning today. And you can become a master too. I've created a special platform that helps you set your weekly focus, declutter your mind. So we also work on perfectionism and overthinking, and stay accountable to other achievers, other members, so that you can get things done while still having the space to listen to your body and live a spontaneous life. We're opening the doors on 6 October, so get on the wait list so that you can receive a couple of emails with sneak peeks, what's included, and you'll get access to an early bird prize if you decide to join, which, by the way, will be your forever prize. No matter if the price increases every year, you will have your special early bird prize always. Okay, I put the wait list in the show notes below. So let's move on to lesson number 3. Enjoying the little things in life. Lesson number 3 is by far the greatest lesson I've learned, thanks to my body's limits and my mindfulness practice. In the deepest of my chronic fatigue days, my biggest highlight would be just going to the park, and my grandmother would actually drive me there, sitting on a bench and watching the dogs and kids play, hearing the birds sing, feeling the sun on my skin. Nothing more, nothing less. I was only 15, and the girls of my age were all busy exploring makeup and boys and popularity. And me, my biggest goal was to be able to walk without a cane and catch up with school and home. From a very young age, then, I learned that in the bigger scheme of things, it's really the little things in life that bring you life. It's not the list of your achievements of the past week. It's not the number of people who know your name. It is the collection of little moments that make your heart sing. So it sounds cheesy, but I want to thank fibromyalgia and thank chronic fatigue syndrome for teaching me these lessons at a very young age and shaping the way I view life today. I want to thank these health struggles for allowing me to today help others who are going through the same journey. And my dear healthy high achievers who want to do a million things in life and bump into their body's limits, not knowing how to balance their mental drive to do many things and their physical energy, their body that actually wants you to slow down. Now you've come to the right address. So let's get to work. I'm putting the waitlist in the show notes. And talking about a body scan, you can also download a free guided meditation where I will help you take a mindful break from your day. And I guide you through a relaxing body scan. You can download this for free in the show notes below. So, Achievers, thank you very much for being here with me, listening to my story. I hope this inspired you. Whether you're bumping against chronic fatigue or health issues, or you're healthy but you're just pushing your body all the time, I hope my 3 important life lessons help you as well in your daily life, in the way you're scheduling your days. And I hope this makes you realize that it's not all about following your schedule to the dot. Your schedule is not gold. You need to schedule, better said, you need to live in your body, not in your schedule. Thank you very much, Cheevers, and see you in the next video. Take care. Dear Cheevers, I hope you liked this episode. If you did, please subscribe and share with your friends, anyone who needs to hear this. You're super welcome to join us at healthyhighachievers.community as well. See you there.